American Comics. My Warhammer Simulator Chapter 61-70. In the second week, large areas of crops seem to have entered the pollen stage. Open black lens bracket with a smile on your lips. You stand among the clusters of blooming yellow flowers, looking into the distance. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You stare at countless bee-sized creations of the Adeptus Mechanicus, pouring out from the bellies of huge machines. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. They are like tireless hard workers, traveling around the vast wilderness day and night to collect and pollinate. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You were satisfied and wanted to turn around and leave, but unexpectedly met Joe Ya, who came to find you. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You gain the rewards of becoming a teacher. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You carefully learn how to drive a hoverbike. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You always seem to have difficulty controlling the direction of the hoverbike, often rushing into field crops, raising countless petals and pollen. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Joya, who has a blooming yellow flower pinned to her ear, laughs from time to time. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. She laughs at your clumsiness in riding a hoverbike like a fart with funny and weird behavior. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. That was a bedtime story told by Zoya's grandfather, Wade, to the young Zoya. It was a legend about a fart who wanted to work hard to become a great tech master. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You get up from the overwhelming flowers, slapping the pollen on your body in embarrassment. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You heard Zoya's ridicule. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You were not angry at all, but instead deliberately imitated the bouncing walking posture of the grunts. Close black lens bracket. Your movements are vivid and you look like a big guy who always bullies farts. Open black lens bracket. The laughter from Zoya became more cheerful, and even you showed a brighter smile. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In the third week, the crops that have completed pollination enter the rapid fruiting period and are about to mature in just a few days and nights. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You completed the scheduled patrol mission and lay down on the roof of the factory to rest. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Meanwhile, waiting for Joe Ya's elaborate dinner. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You suddenly frowned, staring directly at the two bright vortexes that had just appeared among the stars in the dark night sky. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You climbed down from the roof uneasily. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You found the old man Vader, who was repairing the machine, and expressed your uneasiness to him. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The muscular Vader stopped working. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. He turned his head and looked at you a few times, and couldn't help but roll his eyes. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. That's just a supernova explosion caused by the death of the ancient Caracal twin stars. Boy, I have no problem with you wanting to date my granddaughter, but you still have to listen to the Empire's broadcast messages on time. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Old man Wade deliberately teased you a few words, thinking that your idea was too fussy. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You seem to have ignored the old man's teasing. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You take a deep breath. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. As if to relieve the embarrassment on his face, and also to suppress the uneasiness in his heart. Close black lens bracket. During dinner, you were a little absent-minded. Open black lens bracket. Your behavior seems to have annoyed the petty Joe Ya. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You are preoccupied and have not chosen to please the girl. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You deliberately avoided the angry Zoya and found the old man Wade. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You ask the other party if there are weapons stored at home. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Wade hesitated for a moment, then moved his mechanical prosthesis and pulled out an old laser gun and 2 fragmentation grenades from under the bed. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Excited, you directly put the frag grenade into your arms. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You tightened your grip on the laser gun, and your whole body seemed to feel comforted. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You returned to your own bed. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You subconsciously prayed to the Emperor and closed your eyes and shin. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You seem to have entered a dream from which you cannot wake up. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You opened your eyes drowsily. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Your thinking seems to have fallen into an indescribable sluggishness due to the dream. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You are shocked to find that you are sitting next to a huge, weird-looking dining table. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Looking around, on the dining table covered with heavy dust, there are plates of ashes and dust of unknown composition placed everywhere. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. What is even more shocking, however, is that just above the ashes and dust are dotted with pieces of scarlet flesh that look like human body parts. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You turned your eyes with a dull expression, scanning the bizarre scene in front of you. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Surrounding the huge dining table, tall figures wearing old furs and metal skull masks on their faces are constantly grabbing flesh and blood, trying hard to stuff it into their mouths that open and close. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Unfortunately, the flesh and blood swallowed by them cannot enter the non-existent intestines and stomach. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Pieces of flesh and blood crossed over the empty metal chest and fell straight to the blood-stained ground. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At the same time, you even saw a richly dressed middle-aged man with dull eyes sitting in the corner of the dining table. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. He seemed to be frightened by the terrifying scenes that kept emerging in front of him. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. White foam kept flowing out from between the mouth and nose of the middle-aged man, and occasional indistinct murmurs came from deep in his throat. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Because all the scenes in front of you are too real. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You can't tell the difference between reality and dreams. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You try hard to turn your sluggish thinking, trying to wake up from the dream and completely escape from this terrifying banquet. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But you are horrified to find that you can't break free of the invisible bonds no matter what. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At this moment, the light in front of your eyes suddenly dims. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. A palm with a shining metallic luster grabs your throat. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You turn your eyes desperately, only to see a terrifying figure wearing blood-red fur staring at you. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You want to detonate the fragmentation grenade in your arms, but you find that you can't resist at all. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Instantly, A series of obscure tones like metal friction pierced your eardrums and scratched your fragile nerves. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The Minic dynasty has returned to the feast of flesh and blood. Extra alien creatures came uninvited. The terrifying figure murmured, and there seemed to be a bit more doubt in the cold and obscure tone. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Your consciousness gradually blurred. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You feel difficulty breathing. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You are in a state of near death. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You suddenly jumped up from the bed. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You are sweating all over, and a long suppressed scream of fear came from the depths of your throat. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You opened your eyes carefully. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. What appeared in front of you was the old man Wade's worried and heavy expression, and the carrying question from Joya's room. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You seem to be relieved. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Then you lowered your head and pondered for a moment, then stood up and walked to the old man. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You persuaded him with a sincere expression, and you accidentally received the revelation from the Emperor. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. An unknown and terrifying crisis is about to befall this planet. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You three must escape from here immediately. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The faster the better, the farther the better. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Ved stared into your eyes with a frown, and his expression changed. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The old man was silent for a long time, and finally gritted his teeth and made a decision. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Zoya. Plan A. Vader stood up and shouted to the outside of the room. Close black lens bracket. In the fourth week, ripe, plump fruits were hanging all over the endless fields. Open black lens bracket. However, the cargo ship on the harvest day, which was like a fat bird in Joya's mouth, symbolizing a good harvest, did not arrive as promised. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You kept looking around, passing by the purple-skinned fruits, and tightened your grip on the laser gun. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You sat in the sidecar of the hoverbike driven by Joya, and quickly passed over the crops. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The old man Wade, wearing windproof sunglasses, skillfully drove another hoverbike and followed closely behind you. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The decisive Wade followed your advice. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Now you are heading to Blessingtown, one of the few inhabited cities on this planet. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Only there is a transportation hub that can leave the agricultural world. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You moved your posture and your eyes passed by Joya's fair face. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You glanced at Wade behind you from the corner of your eye. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You are very sure that the old man is definitely not an ordinary farmer who only knows how to repair machines. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. From his vigorous and decisive style of doing things, he is more like an old soldier of the Empire who has experienced many battles. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You look straight ahead, and a smile appears at the corner of your mouth. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You suddenly hear Zoya's voice in your ear. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket due to the supernova explosion of the Caracal twin stars. The surging energy fluctuations seem to have destroyed the communication network on the agricultural world. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. This makes it impossible for you to contact Zoya's brother. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket as an Imperial Defense Force in Blessing Town. He has the authority to arrange a spaceship for you to leave the planet. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At the same time, Zoya is more worried about the safety of his brother. He may not leave with you because of his responsibilities. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You remain silent and try to listen to Zoya's worries. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You have doubts about whether the three of you can successfully board the spaceship. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. However, the old man Vader does not seem to be worried about this. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You think the other party has a backup plan, so you decide to follow the old man's arrangement. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After a day and a night of sleepless galloping, you are about to arrive at the first station on your journey. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The hoverbike that has been running overloaded for a long time not only needs to be refueled, but also the engine needs to replace parts and cool down. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. However, when you arrived near the station, you did not see any human figures. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You became alert for a moment, and the laser gun in your hand hummed, ready to go. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The voice of the old man Vader sounded slowly. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. According to him, the person stationed here is an old friend with a withdrawn personality. The other party has regarded this place as his home and will not leave easily. Close black lens bracket. You took a deep breath, turned around and told the nervous Zoya to prepare to escape. Open black lens bracket. You waved your hand to reject Vader's move to go in and explore with you. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You jumped out of the sidecar of the hoverbike and sneaked into the station silently. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You successfully entered the interior of the factory. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You saw a human corpse with its skin completely peeled off on the ground. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Around the bloody corpse, there were also several broken bodies of mechanical servants. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You searched the entire factory with great vigilance, but did not find any trace of the enemy. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The enemy was like a ghost that appeared out of thin air. After taking away the flesh and blood of humans, it disappeared again. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You walked out of the factory and informed Vader. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You also told Zoya to replace parts and add fuel as soon as possible. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Inside the factory, Vader stared at the corpse of his old friend with a gloomy face. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Vade was silent for a moment, and suddenly said to you. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The reason why he believed your words was, first, because of the Emperor's appearance, and second, it came from the premonition of an old soldier. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The situation before him also made him understand that the peaceful and tranquil agricultural world of the past had completely disappeared. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Soon after, the hard-working Zoya replaced the parts and completed the work of adding fuel. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. She began to pick the ripe fruits around the factory as your supplies. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After thinking about it, Vader, who was worried, told you the follow-up plan. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After entering the town of Blessing, you have to take Zoya to find her brother, and Vader will find other ways alone. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. If Zoya's brother can't arrange a spaceship for you, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Then you go to Broken Corner Alley in the town and find a wandering trader named Red Hand. He will help you leave this planet, even if Vader is not there. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. If I die, you can help me take care of Zoya. The old man Vader hesitated for a moment and said in a flat tone, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You fell into silence. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You stared at Zoya, who was overjoyed after picking a huge fruit, and nodded slowly. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You once again embarked on the journey of escape. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Next, the settlements you passed by were either completely empty or left with a lot of blood and corpses. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. A few days later, you finally arrived at the outskirts of Blessing Town. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. However, even Zoya, who had no battlefield experience, noticed something was wrong. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. On the side of the road, a Chimera troop carrier and a Lehman Russ tank were abandoned at random. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You picked up the laser gun and went forward to check. Close black lens bracket. You found that these heavy weapons of the Defense Army not only had sufficient fuel and no mechanical failures, but also their machine spirits were very active. Open black lens bracket. You accidentally found some equipment that you didn't have time to take away from the troop transport. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. A hell gun and some scattered protective equipment. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You called two people forward. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You put an Imperial Defense Army helmet on Zoya's head. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You stared at Zoya's uneasy eyes and exhausted face, and gently helped her fix the chin strap. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You handed the laser gun to Zoya and told her to shoot first and ask questions later when she encountered danger. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You put on the battery backpack and the hell gun expressionlessly. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Old man Vader moved his mechanical prosthesis, bent down and picked up a fallen laser pistol. His eyes seemed full of nostalgia. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Everything was ready. You gave up the hoverbike that was about to be scrapped and chose to walk into the streets of Blessing Town. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Everywhere you look, there is devastation. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The ground is full of explosion craters and human remains with their skin peeled off. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At the same time, the roar of artillery fire occasionally came from the direction of the Imperial Defense Forces base, as if fierce resistance was still going on. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At this time, the always brave Zoya also became scared, and she couldn't help hiding behind you. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You subconsciously tightened the hell gun in your hand, and your vigilant eyes kept scanning the surroundings. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Ved, who was following behind you, glanced at the surrounding environment for a few times, frowned, and lowered his voice to say to you, Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The situation of the Imperial Defense Force may not be good at the moment. You'd better go directly to Broken Corner Alley and try your luck. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Zoya was more worried about her brother's situation, and was full of resistance to Vader's words. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But she still followed your footsteps and did not act without authorization. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At this moment, at the corner of the street ahead, 7 or 8 humans with weapons rushed out in panic. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You just wanted to ask, but found that after seeing you, they all fell into a frenzy and raised their weapons. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You pulled the trigger with an indifferent expression. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In just a few seconds, the scorching laser from the Hell gun completely turned the human on the opposite side into ashes. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Unfortunately, the roar of the Hell gun also attracted more deadly enemies. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In an instant, a hunched, ghoul-like terrifying figure emerged in the shadows of the street. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. It has a blood-stained metal skullhead, and its tall body made of living metal constantly reflects cold light. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Narrow and sharp razors completely replaced the metal fingers. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. On its limbs and neck, strips of bloody human skin are wrapped around it, like a cloak made of flesh and blood. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. What's even more terrifying is that behind the back of this terrifying figure, a bloody human skeleton is shaking in the wind. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Necrons, Skinner. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You subconsciously opened your eyes wide and pulled the trigger of the Hell gun. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Run! You had no time to warn, and could only shout at the top of your lungs. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The roar of the Hell gun resounded all around, and the laser storm continued to hit the living metal. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. However, the scorching laser of a Hell gun had no effect on the Skinner. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. On the contrary, because it destroyed the human skin wrapped around it, it completely aroused the other party's bloodthirsty desire. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You gritted your teeth and pulled the trigger tightly. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You must try your best to create time for Zoya and Vader to escape. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At this moment, the old man Vader suddenly took a deep breath. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. He suddenly raised his mechanical prosthesis, and with the sound of metal vibration, a gun much larger than the laser pistol emerged from the mechanical prosthesis. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. It was a bolt pistol. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The muscular old man Vader, wearing windproof sunglasses, passed by you. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Go to Broken Corner Alley to find Red Hand. He ordered you without looking back. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Before he finished speaking, Vader held the bolt pistol with both hands and pulled the trigger. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In an instant, the roar of the bolt was deafening. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. It also caused the Skinner who had rushed to the front to fall to the ground suddenly, barely stopping its action. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You stopped shooting immediately, and the overheated hell gun kept making a rapid buzzing sound. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You turned around, put your arm around Zoya's waist, and carried her on your shoulders. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Zoya didn't try to struggle, but her purple eyes were filled with tears. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Her thin lips were bitten tightly by her teeth, and a trace of scarlet blood oozed out. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Grandpa. Just as Wade's back was about to disappear, Zoya seemed to be unable to hold back her excitement and cried out for the last time. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Be obedient, child. Try to live, Wade shouted without looking back. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At this moment, he was like an old lion, skillfully taking out a bomb from his mechanical prosthesis, and shooting it at the joints of the Skinner with great skill, trying his best to stop the opponent's actions. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You carried Zoya into the depths of the nearby streets and ran between the houses. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. After a few dozen seconds, the roar of the bombs stopped abruptly. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You blinked your dry eyes and took a deep breath to suppress the waves surging in your heart. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Just on your shoulder, Zoya, with tears streaming down her face, desperately covered her mouth, as if she was afraid that her crying would reveal your location. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You took Zoya and hid between the houses. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket until Zoya gradually calmed down and began to show you the way. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. A few minutes later, you were already very close to Broken Corner Alley. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. However, a shell from the direction of the Defense Army's garrison landed in front of you with a terrifying scream. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Even though the distance was still far, the powerful shock wave generated by the explosion still knocked you and Zoya to the ground. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You were dizzy and closed your eyes. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You lost too much blood. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You struggled to open your eyes and tried to struggle to get up. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You found that one of your legs was cut off by the flying shrapnel at some point, and blood flowed on the ground. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You looked around hurriedly, trying to find Zoya's trace. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You see Zoya lying on the ground a few meters away, and the helmet of the defense soldier has been shattered. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. She seems to have no obvious external injuries, only a wound on her forehead caused by the splashing gravel, and a lot of blood has flowed out. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You take a deep breath, grit your teeth and crawl towards Zoya. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. However, in the rolling dust that has not yet dissipated, a terrifying figure slowly moves out. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You subconsciously look up and can't help but gasp. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. I saw that an old face belonging to Vader was covered on the metal skeleton, and fresh human skin was wrapped around the living metal again. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At the same time, vague and low whispers also kept floating out of the opponent's skull. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Zoya, the terrifying Skinner kept muttering. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You gritted your teeth and took out a fragmentation grenade from your arms and threw it at the opponent, trying to stop the Skinner from advancing. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You crawled to the unconscious Zoya with all your strength. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You tried to wake her up, but found that dark red blood kept flowing out of her mouth and nose. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Your lips trembled slightly, and your vision gradually blurred. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. As a veteran of the battlefield, you certainly understood what this meant. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You barely supported your body. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You gently held Zoya's head and let her lie on your legs. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. I'm sorry. I can't save you. I'm sorry. Your eyes were bloodshot and you muttered to yourself. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. For a moment, you seemed to have forgotten the Skinner who was so close. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Drops of tears fell silently from your chin and dripped onto Zoya's cheek. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The heavy footsteps of the Skinner gradually approached. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You didn't even raise your head, but just took out the last fragmentation grenade from your arms. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You and Zoya were engulfed by the flames of the explosion. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In a trance, you seemed to see the unconscious Zoya slowly rising into the air, and a pair of white wings seemed to grow from her back. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Your consciousness fell into darkness. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You are dead. Close black lens bracket. Welcome to Fanfic Audiobook, your go-to place for immersive audiobooks. If you enjoy the content, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories. Open black lens bracket. This simulation ended after 30 days. Google search reading. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. This simulation has a retainable option. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. 1. Vader's bolt pistol, normal. Close black lens bracket. Note: old soldiers never die, they just wither. Open black lens bracket. 2. Bedtime story. The Road to Technological Dominance, complete set. Close black lens bracket. Note: this should be just a legend, right? Open black lens bracket. 3. Zoya's hover motorcycle, relic. Close black lens bracket. Marking: big guy. Please live well. Open black lens bracket. This simulation time has exceeded 24 hours, and the simulator loss has not been exempted. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Cooling time, 30 hours. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Current available cooling time, 449 hours. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Does it consume the cooling time? Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The cooling time has not been consumed, and the simulator enters natural cooling. Cooling can be waived at any time. Close black lens bracket. The simulation has ended. Rorschach's eyes widened, but he stared at the text on the simulator for a long time. He was silent for a while, and then slowly uttered a sentence from his mouth. This stupid simulator. Rorschach couldn't imagine himself in a simulation. How you feel before you die. He stayed out of the situation and was unable to truly empathize. But Rorschach also understood. At that moment, I was afraid that my heart was filled with despair and I was so light. Rorschach's eyes glanced at Vader's bolt pistol. His eyes fell directly on Zoya's hoverbike. He raised his chin slightly and took a deep breath. Then he chose the last reward without hesitation. Boom! Accompanied by the sound of collision on the metal floor. A light blue shell and a half-ton hoverbike appeared in front of Rorschach's eyes. He slowly stood up and stepped forward, his warm palms gently rubbing the cold metal shell of the hoverbike. For a moment, Rorschach felt deep in his heart. Many vague emotions fluctuate continuously, like tides. In my hazy consciousness, the text of the simulator seemed to be no longer just a simple simulation. Instead, it truly materializes into a real world. In the Warhammer universe, a human girl named Zoya once drove this hoverbike, speeding through the green fields. The cool breeze blew through her short hair, and the yellow flowers on the temples also made the girl laugh heartily. At this moment, Luo Sha, who was in a daze, was slightly stunned. He found a small object hanging from the handlebars of a motorcycle. Those are the windproof glasses Zoya likes to wear on her short hair. Rorschach, with a solemn expression, reached out and picked it up. He hesitated and raised it in front of him. Rorschach just wanted to try it on for size. However, his eyes accidentally saw a brand new notch from the inside of the windproof glasses. It seemed to be a unique string of words from the human empire. Even Rorschach in reality couldn't understand the empire's writing at all. But the thoughts in my mind were stirring up and down. Suddenly, he was so blessed that he understood the meaning of the words. "Your Majesty, I seem to have met a big guy that I like." In an instant, Rorschach's face became tense. I felt an uncontrollable, unfamiliar emotion rising from the back of my throat. He took several deep breaths and then managed to suppress it. Then, the expressionless Rorschach put down the windproof glasses in his hand in a panic. His whole body was like a vigorous cheetah, rushed out of the lounge. "Ah, my lord?" He was squatting in the brightly lit base hall. The Iron Man who polished and modified building materials raised his metal head. Blue light flashed in its eyes, and it looked at Rorschach, who rushed out of the lounge with great confusion. Iron Man David just wanted to say hello and improve his goodwill. But he saw Luo Sha running out of the secret base without looking back. Iron Man turned his metal head. It stared at the building materials in front of it and murmured in a low voice. "Perhaps the great Messiah forgot to turn off the gas in his home? Yeah, 90% probability." Rorschach, with a numb expression, rushed out of the basement without looking back. He didn't choose to go upstairs and go home. Instead, he rushed out of the apartment. Taking advantage of the early morning darkness, the tall Rorschach stood against the bright neon street lights. "Start running forward with all your strength." He seemed to be relying on physical exertion and familiar street scenes. "Use this to resist the emotions and depression that are constantly surging in your heart." Rorschach, who looked like a mad cow, ran aimlessly through Manhattan. His heavy footsteps seemed to disturb the sleeping homeless people on the street. And some drunk passers-by. There were even low-level gangsters who fled in all directions like frightened birds. However, before the sober passers-by took out their cell phones to take pictures. Their mobile phones actually froze with black screens. Until Rorschach's back disappeared without a trace. Only then did everyone's mobile phones completely return to normal. 30 minutes later, Rorschach's chest began to rise and fall more intensely. Even the breathing between the mouth and nose is much disordered. He gradually stopped as sweat began to form on his forehead. "Try to resume your normal breathing rhythm." With a blank look in his eyes, Rorschach glanced at the unfamiliar environment around him. For a moment, he didn't even know where he had gone. Rorschach raised his head and looked around for a while. This relies on memory and the style of the building. Figured out exactly where he was. He has crossed most of Manhattan, from Chinatown in the south to Harlem in the north. Rorschach, who was standing there, suddenly let out a breath. He shook his head and smiled, as if laughing at himself for his previous stupidity. Then, a few wisps of night wind blew through Rorschach's scalp. It brought coolness and also blew away the boredom in his heart. Rorschach turned around with a smile on his face, walking along the dimly lit street towards home. Soon after, Rorschach turned into an alley with familiarity. This is a shortcut to shorten the journey home, however, just a few steps have been taken. Rorschach suddenly saw it, just beneath the dimly lit street lights of the alley. A middle-aged man in a purple suit angrily punched and kicked a young girl. The black-haired girl in a yellow dress just stood there with an expressionless face. Even though the opponent's fists and kicks fell on him, he showed no signs of dodging. At the same time, the middle-aged man's angry voice echoed around and entered Rorschach's ears. "My dear Jessica, do you think you can resist me? Let me tell you, it is simply wishful thinking." Hear threatening words from a middle-aged man. Rorschach, who frowned slightly, couldn't help but twitch the corners of his mouth. He planned to take another route home. He's not a superhero. There is no mood to stop domestic violence cases at the moment. However, just when Rorschach was about to turn around and leave, the middle-aged man's voice reached his ears again. "Look what that is. A qualified human punching bag. Jessica, kill him for me, Rorschach, with a stern expression, stopped moving between his bodies. He instantly retracted his step, face the enemy and get ready for battle. At this moment, the black-haired girl in a yellow dress, like a humanoid puppet with exquisite appearance, he rushed towards Rorschach's position with extremely stiff movements. At the same time, she followed the middle-aged man's order with slightly red eyes. He raised his slender arms with a numb expression. He waved his clenched fist. Rorschach took a deep breath. He only relied on the other party's heavy fist that contained the slightest sound of wind. He immediately concluded that the black-haired girl in front of him was not an ordinary human being at all. Superhuman, and there's more than one, between the lightning and flint. Rorschach's eyes narrowed slightly. The muscular back is slightly bent. The muscles on the legs suddenly tightened, and the soles of the feet stepped hard on the ground. In an instant, his whole body was like an unsheathed sword. He bumped into the black-haired girl with tears streaming down her face. Rorschach, who entered combat mode, seemed to have switched personalities. He took his time and met the black-haired girl with unknown superpowers. Just a sideways dodge. Rorschach easily dodged the black-haired girl's heavy fist without any clues. At the same time, before the black-haired girl could retract her arm, she continued her attack. Rorschach, who squinted his eyes, suddenly waved his muscular arms. The huge power is carrying the nameless anger that has been accumulated for a long time. It hit the black-haired girl's neck almost without reservation. Bang! It was accompanied by a violent sound of physical collision. The tearful black-haired girl was like a dancing yellow butterfly. The whole person flew out abruptly. After the skirt flew up, it hit the wall of the alley hard. Boom! The hard wall made of bricks and stones was instantly knocked out of a huge dent. Before the black-haired girl's body fell to the ground, Rorschach's eyes turned cold quickly. There was a sinister smile on his lips. His muscular shoulders sank. The pace under my feet suddenly accelerated. Rorschach actually launched a charge towards the middle-aged man not far away without hesitation. How can it be? In an instant, the middle-aged man in the purple suit subconsciously opened his eyes. It seemed like even his eyes almost popped out of their sockets. He couldn't help shouting in horror. "Friend! This is just a misunderstanding. Jessica, come back quickly." Before he finished speaking, he seemed to notice the undisguised horrifying murderous intent in Rorschach's eyes. The middle-aged man's face suddenly became gloomy. He took a deep breath. Facing the tall figure who was about to approach, he calmly issued the final order. "Stop immediately. I order you to stop any action you take." However, The superpowers of middle-aged men have proven to be indistinguishable to ordinary humans. It seems useless against Rorschach, who is so close. Click. In the blink of an eye, Rorschach's muscular shoulders. He bumped into the middle-aged man, who was unable to dodge. He also put his whole body on top of the street lamppost. Moreover, due to the size difference between the two parties, the powerful impact brought about by Rorschach's brutal charge almost completely fell on the opponent's face. Well, the bridge of the middle-aged man's nose collapsed and fractured in an instant. Even most of the teeth in his mouth were broken. While you are sick, I will kill you. Rorschach, with blood-red eyes, suddenly raised his other thick arm that was hanging low on his side. Click, accompanied by a crisp sound of fracture. The middle-aged man's neck can be broken as easily as a fragile pencil. Then, his entire head hung limply on his shoulders. There seemed to be unbelievable shock in those unblinking eyes. Rorschach, whose murderous intent weakened, breathed a sigh of relief. He took a step back, let the middle-aged man's body slide slowly down the slightly deformed lamppost. Then, the expressionless Rorschach stared at the purple blood flowing out of the wound on the corpse and couldn't help but frown. Is this an alien life? Or is it a side effect of using superpowers? What is his superpower? Is it a speech spirit? Rorschach stood there staring at the corpse and muttering to himself. The words have not yet fallen. The cell phone he put in his pants pocket suddenly vibrated. Immediately afterwards, Iron Man's mechanical voice came from inside. Dear Messiah, the other party is not an alien life, he is just a stupid human being who has obtained superpowers and acted recklessly. Hear Iron Man's answer. Rorschach blinked and sneered. Then, he turned and walked towards the black-haired girl's position, intending to check the body. However, the black-haired girl who suffered Rorschach's full blow did not seem to be killed on the spot. She leaned against the wall, half lying on the gravel-covered ground. A pair of scratched palms covered his face and let out sad sobs. As if with the death of a middle-aged man, the black-haired girl, who was like a human puppet, regained her lost freedom. Boom, boom, boom. With heavy footsteps approaching, the black-haired girl, who was already extremely vigilant, suddenly raised her head. She pulled at her torn dress and tried to curl up her exposed legs and feet. Her bloodshot eyes stared at the burly Rorschach in doubt. With the help of the dim light from behind, Rorschach, who squinted his eyes, also saw the other person's face clearly for the first time. He recognized the black-haired girl's identity almost at a glance. The other person seemed to be a student of Midtown High School. She was also Rorschach's high school classmate. Rorschach, who was thinking, raised his eyebrows and asked the black-haired girl softly. Jessica Jones. Hearing the other person say her name, the black-haired girl, who was forcibly holding back her sobs, subconsciously opened her eyes wide. She didn't seem to recognize the huge change in Rorschach. The black-haired girl hesitated, straightened her back slightly, and said weakly, "It's me, thank you for saving my life." Rorschach, with narrowed eyes, pulled the corner of his mouth and interrupted the other party's words. "Do you want to live or die now?" The black-haired girl was slightly stunned, and seemed to have no reaction. She stared at Rorschach with a dull look. An unconscious sound came out of her mouth. Rorschach, with an expressionless face, suddenly raised a thick arm. He kept moving his wrist and squinted his eyes and said, "You haven't seen me tonight, understand? Of course, if you want to die, you can also tell everyone. You worry too much. I hate this demon who has tortured me for a long time." The smart black-haired girl seemed to understand Rorschach's worries. She moved her eyes. She stared at the body of the middle-aged man with resentful eyes and sneered a few times. "Hee," the black-haired girl said without hesitation. "I will call the police myself and take the responsibility for the murder. Moreover, I will not reveal any information about you. I swear on my life and the chastity taken away by that demon." At this moment, Rorschach narrowed his eyes. Staring at the black-haired girl's eyes that showed endless hatred, he fell into silence. A few seconds later, Rorschach turned around and walked back to the street lamp with an expressionless face. He bent down and picked up the body of the middle-aged man. He walked towards the depths of the alley without looking back. "Girl, you can go to the hospital alive because you are so sensible." Sizzling. The blue plasma shot out from the muzzle. The expressionless Rorschach lowered the plasma pistol in his hand. The body of the middle-aged man lying a few meters away was completely melted into ashes by the scorching heat. At this moment, the Iron Man David standing behind Rorschach raised his metal head. Blue light flashed in its eye sockets, and it bowed slightly and said, "My lord, I have found out the identity of this unfortunate guy." Luo Shaw raised his eyebrows and turned to glance at Iron Man. Then, he seemed to acquiesce to this statement, nodded and said, "Tell me, superhuman, male, 42 years old. Common name Kilgrave, real name Kevin Thompson." Iron Man's mechanical voice said slowly, "His life experience is relatively complicated. He has no father or mother. He was abandoned in the Red River Orphanage. He seemed to have worked as a spy for a period of time as an adult, and then used his superpowers to travel around the world." Before he finished speaking, Iron Man David's eyes flashed with blue light. A series of repeatedly played image data were presented in front of Rorschach. Basically, they are middle-aged men appearing all over the world. And images of victims committing suicide or fighting each other. Without waiting for the silent Rorschach to respond, Iron Man continued. Because he wears a purple suit all year round, the surviving victims will call him Purple Man. Manipulating humans to commit suicide or even murder, arbitrarily insulting women, stealing art and gems. Well, many of his behaviors are very bad, and it's not a pity to die. Iron Man just finished speaking. Rorschach took a deep breath and suddenly asked, "What is his superpower to control humans through words?" Rorschach was heard asking. Iron Man slowly turned his metal head, and the image played in front of him disappeared instantly. It seemed to think for a moment and said to Rorschach, "Through the analysis of autopsy reports from all over the world, some unknown viruses once stayed in the body of the deceased. This may be the secret of the other party's ability to control humans. The Purple Man is a large mobile virus petri dish." After listening to Iron Man's description, Rorschach squinted his eyes and nodded slightly. He thought for a while and said, "Create a superhuman file and put his information in it. I think there will be more and more similar things in the future." After saying that, Rorschach put away his plasma pistol and turned around to leave. However, Iron Man's words once again attracted his attention. At this time, Iron Man David's mechanical voice seemed to contain a little smile. "Just listen to it say lightly, 'My lord, this is just an appetizer. Zren's superpowers are not born with him, he may have been created.'" Rorschach, who frowned slightly, stopped, stared at Iron Man and asked, "Is it related to Roxxon Industries' mysterious compound?" "Yes, 80% probability. The Red River Orphanage where Purple Man lived before he came of age has been funded by an entertainment company called VOT for many years. This funding relationship can even be traced back to World War II. Although on the surface, VOT company has nothing to do with Roxxon Industries, but I still found some clues. I think this company is a subsidiary of Roxxon Industries. Why would an entertainment company controlled by Roxxon Industries fund an orphanage with no profit for a long time? Unless this orphanage will bring greater benefits to capital. What's more, an orphan with superpowers walked out of this orphanage. My lord, I don't think this is a coincidence, it deserves further investigation." "You mean, The Red River Orphanage is a laboratory for creating superhuman beings? I'm not 100% sure, but I think we can pry back the corners of the iceberg and uncover more of the overall problem. In an instant, Rorschach narrowed his eyes as his thoughts were spinning. He stared at Iron Man and asked, "Where's the Red River Orphanage?" "My lord, a small country town in Kansas called Smallville." Rorschach was silent for a moment and nodded slightly. "I know, let's continue the investigation. As you command, my lord." Rorschach did not fall asleep after leaving the secret base. He sat cross-legged on the bed in the bedroom. After hesitating for a moment, I reopened the simulator. Rorschach did not choose to continue the simulation. He was afraid that the simulator would give him another, spiritual, enema. So Rorschach decided to calm down. He casually scrolled to the salvage page. I chose 10 salvage times without hesitation. Open black lens bracket countdown to salvage completion. 9 hours, 59 minutes and 59 seconds close black lens bracket. Staring at the dwindling salvage countdown, Rorschach closed the page and slowly fell on the bed. His eyes moved slightly. Looking out the window at the dark night, I fell into deep thought. Until sleep came over, Rorschach gradually fell into sleep. In the next few days, Rorschach has been salvaging. He needed a flying vehicle from the Warhammer universe, allowing him to conduct a quick raid over long distances. However, perhaps getting the Solar Void combat armor last time out ran out Rorschach's luck. He spent 150 hours on cooldown. But I almost got the Imperial Defense Forces suits together, as well as getting more clutter. Open black lens bracket salvage harvest. Brand new Valhalla Ice Warrior basic set, 10 sets, close black lens bracket. Label. Produced by Valhalla Planet, Commissar Bob, don't be stupid, you are almost frozen. The soldier from Valhalla's 246th Regiment persuaded. Open black lens bracket salvage harvest. Brand new Cadian Lightning Army basic set, 20 sets, close black lens bracket. Note. Produced by Cadian Fortress, I say, Cadian will never fall, unless the braid of heaven comes. Open black lens bracket salvage harvest. Battlefield proven laser pistols, 5 pieces, close black lens bracket. Note. Produced by the Adeptus Mechanicus, please don't dislike them. Their mechanical soul is still there. Open black lens bracket salvage harvest. Bronte long knives, 100 pieces, close black lens bracket. Mark. Produced by Bronte's Nest City, my friend, you actually call this piece of iron a sword. The soldiers belonging to the 5th Regiment of Bronte swordsmen gave you a thumbs up. Open black lens bracket salvage harvest. Attila Barbarian Cavalry standard saddle, 10 sets, close black lens bracket. Note. Produced by Attila Planet, if you can tolerate the smell above. Congratulations, welcome to the Savage Cavalry. Open black lens bracket salvage harvest. A Hemidodon Orc Hunter standard set, 10 sets, close black lens bracket. Label. Produced by Ajimi Dotton, 1 head, 2 heads, 3 heads. Don't be afraid, I just like green heads. Open black lens bracket salvage harvest. Mia's Red Robe Army standard suit, 10 sets, close black lens bracket. Label. Produced by Mia's Planet number 15, Stinky Flames, the ultimate enjoyment. Open black lens bracket salvage harvest. Astartes standard meals, 10 portions, close black lens bracket. Label. Produced by the Adeptus Mechanicus. Believe me, mortals should not try it easily. It will break your teeth and penetrate your intestines. Rorschach took a deep breath and scanned the dazzling array of salvage harvests. He wasn't upset, because it's not a loss anyway. At least there is no need to worry about the supplies for training soldiers in the future. Even if you use it until you die, you won't be able to wear it all. Rorschach couldn't help but sigh after choosing 10 more times to salvage. Then, he stood up from the desk, planning to go to the secret base. However, at this moment, the cell phone he threw on the table suddenly rang. "Hey, Ant, what's the matter?" Rorschach picked up the phone casually. After listening to a few words, I couldn't help but frown. Huh? My high school classmates? 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Google search reading. The last ray of blood-red sunset gradually disappeared on the horizon. Countless bright neon lights illuminated every corner of Chinatown. The delicious restaurants that had closed for business did not close. The ant in white chef's uniform leaned on the doorframe of the kitchen. Her eyes glanced at the dining table near the door from time to time. At this moment, the neon light from outside the door was reflected on a black-haired girl in a black leather jacket. At a glance, the haggard black-haired girl had greasy and messy hair, as if she hadn't washed it for a few days. She stared at the egg-fried rice in front of her with a dull look, and the whole person seemed to be wandering in the sky. At this moment, Lin Yu, who had just cleaned up the kitchen, came to his aunt. He first poked his head out with frameless glasses and glanced at the black-haired girl, then turned to his aunt and asked, "Boss lady, she hasn't left yet?" The aunt nodded silently with a solemn expression. Then, she deliberately lowered her voice and complained, "I ordered a plate of fried rice and sat there all day. If she hadn't said she was Luo Sha's high school classmate, I would have chased her away long ago." Then, the aunt with a frown asked Lin Yu, "Do you think that girl's sloppy appearance is a drug addict? My Luo Sha has always been obedient and sensible, and he didn't have the habit of flirting with girls when he was in school. Besides, he hasn't been to school for so long, so he doesn't have time to flirt with girls, right?" Before he finished speaking, Lin Yu's face showed a helpless expression. He poked his head out again, after repeatedly scanning the black-haired girl. He said to his aunt with certainty, "That girl doesn't look like she has taken any illegal drugs, but rather like she has some kind of post-traumatic stress disorder." What kind of disorder? Is this a mental illness?" The aunt was slightly stunned. She looked at Lin Yu blankly. Lin Yu pushed his frameless glasses helplessly. He shrugged his shoulders and said in a flat tone, "In short, post-traumatic stress disorder, abbreviated as PTSD in medicine, is a mental disorder that gradually develops after a human individual accidentally experiences, witnesses or encounters serious injuries or even death threats." "Oh, I see." The aunt, who looked at her blankly, nodded as if she understood. Then, she looked at the black-haired girl again with a little more pity in her eyes. Not long after, just when the kind-hearted aunt was about to change her clothes. Teach the black-haired girl a lesson, by the way. Try to enlighten the other party's mood. Rorschach's tall and strong figure appeared in front of the restaurant. He hasn't entered the door yet. At first glance, he saw the black-haired girl in a daze, Jessica Jones. Rorschach, smiling, greeted his aunt and Lin Yu first. Then, he turned around and sat across from the dining table. At this time, Rorschach's face returned to an expressionless state. His eyes were fixed on the disheveled Jessica. He was silent for a moment. Suddenly he sighed. "Jessica, are you really not afraid of death?" And heard a familiar voice. Jessica, who had been wandering in the sky, seemed to finally come back to her senses. She stared at Rorschach blankly. He hesitated and said, "Sorry, if there was no other way, I wouldn't dare to disturb you." Before he finished speaking, Rorschach slightly raised his chin. He looked into Jessica's eyes and asked, "When did you recognize me?" Jessica, who looked haggard, took a deep breath. She pulled the corners of her mouth slightly, blinked, and said, "At that time, I just felt that you looked familiar, but when I returned home, I found the school album and carefully identified it, and then I barely confirmed your identity. I had expected this. Rorschach nodded expressionlessly. However, since we are just ordinary classmates and not friends, I won't beat around the bush with you. Do you want to ask me for something? I want you to save me. Jessica, who seemed to have found an outlet, took a deep breath. She subconsciously clenched her fist on the table, making a creaking sound. I simply thought that I could be redeemed if the demon disappeared completely, but I found out that I was wrong. I was conscious when he controlled me, and I accidentally helped him do many bad things. Murder and robbery were just small things during that period. I'm sorry, I was too excited for a while. Jessica, who was caught in painful memories, trembled all over. She took deep breaths repeatedly. Only then did he barely suppress the surging emotions in his heart. Jessica, with a numb expression, gave Rorschach a bitter smile. She continued. I have not been able to sleep peacefully for several days and nights. As long as I close my eyes, I will think of those horrible experiences. Because you saved me, I found you again. I ask you to help me find a meaning for me to live. Even if you choose to kill me, for a moment. Jessica's eyes seemed to be full of despair for life. Rorschach, who was sitting opposite her, raised his eyebrows. He stared into Jessica's eyes and fell into thought. After a moment of silence, the expressionless Rorschach suddenly laughed. He took a deep breath and asked the girl with a serious expression. Jessica, are you sure you're not even afraid of death? Don't be afraid. Won't you regret it? I think there is nothing left to regret in my life. So, are you willing to make some contribution to the future of mankind? The future of mankind? I don't quite understand. Do you think you are the only one in the world who has suffered the same suffering? Do you think you are the most miserable girl in the world? As you and I speak at this moment, countless human beings are suffering things they should not have to endure. The wanton superpower. A chaotic and evil organization. Alien life is watching with eager eyes. Even many monsters in myths and legends. Jessica, we have reached a critical point where humankind is about to perish. So, are you willing to join my cause and dedicate everything to the future of mankind? I am willing, but Rorschach, you don't want to invite me to join any religion, do you? Religion? No, your perspective should not be so superficial and narrow. This is just a spirit that has been passed down by mankind for a long time, a belief that mankind must implement to the end in order to survive. Next, I will tell you a story about an immortal person that has been passed down from ancient times to the present day. He had countless names in his life, but for countless years, the most prominent title was called by people. Emperor. Welcome to Fanfic Audiobook, your go-to place for immersive audiobooks. If you enjoy the content, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories. Bang! A fist as hard as steel hit Jessica hard on the side of the cheek. Google search reading. The unparalleled force knocked her entire body to the metal floor. The fair skin instantly turned purple and congested. Even half of his cheeks were bulging high. Call. Rorschach let out a breath from his mouth. He looked down at the girl lying on the ground unable to move with a cold expression, and said coldly. Stand up, keep going. The words were not spoken yet. A pair of bloodshot eyes appeared from Jessica's messy black hair. She adjusted the rhythm of her breathing without saying a word. Gritting his teeth, he supported his body and climbed up from the ground. After a few breaths, Jessica barely stood firm. At the same time, she carefully felt the severe pain coming from all parts of her body. There was a trace of relief and relaxation between the frowning brows. Drink. A long simmering roar came from deep in Jessica's throat. Her fists clenched again, and she leaned over and rushed towards Rorschach. However, this powerful girl has only learned basic fighting for a few days. For the battle-hardened Rorschach, it's like a green-skinned orc with reckless actions. He didn't even raise his hand to fight back. He just dodged sideways and pushed hard on the opponent's back with his palm. Immediately afterwards, Jessica, who was charging too hard, was like a human cannonball. The whole person fell heavily towards the metal floor. Boom! There was a violent collision sound between the body and the floor. Jessica moaned in pain as if she no longer had the strength to get up. She lay on the cold floor panting, not wanting to move a finger. After a few seconds, Jessica seemed to fall into a coma, and then seemed to just fall into an exhausted sleep. Until then, the Iron Man who had been waiting near the training ground came forward. Blue light flashed in its eye sockets. After Iron Man scanned the girl lying on the ground, he said to Rorschach, "My lord, she exhausted her energy and fell into a coma. However, because her physique is far beyond ordinary people, the injuries in her body are gradually healing." Rorschach, who was standing there, twisted his neck from side to side. He sighed and said to Iron Man, "Let's end it for now. Even if he has superpowers, his fighting skills are a mess, but his tenacity to refuse to admit defeat is still valuable. By the way, how is the construction of the medical room? She may be able to use it. I have completed the construction overnight and it is barely usable." Iron Man replied, "Then let her rest." Before he finished speaking, Rorschach, who had just finished warming up, walked out of the training ground. The 2-meter-tall Iron Man David turned his metal head. His flashing blue eyes stared at the human girl who was snoring softly, and murmured in a low voice, "Human, you should feel extremely honored." Then Iron Man David stepped forward. One of its metal arms easily picked up the sleeping Jessica. He walked towards the medical room. In the restroom of the base, Rorschach stood under the shower with a relaxed expression. As hot water of the right temperature is poured out, Rorschach gradually hummed an unknown ditty. Then, he seemed to remember something. The corners of his mouth couldn't help but form a curved arc. Hee. Although Jessica was indiscriminately seeking treatment due to acute illness, but Rorschach also gained a capable assistant. The foundation bricks were laid for the subsequent formation of forces. Moreover, Jessica's will is stronger than imagined. Painful experiences from the past, it also allowed her to accept Rorschach's behavior. The only drawback is the nature of young people. It's just that Jessica didn't seem too shocked by the existence of Iron Man. Instead, I successfully accepted the drastic change in my worldview. Moreover, after a short communication between the two parties, Jessica even hopes Iron Man can help her get rid of credit card debt. A few minutes later, Rorschach finished rinsing and put on some clothes. He sat cross-legged on the metal bed and opened the simulator page. Rorschach glanced at the salvage page that had ended again, frowning slightly. There is still no trace of the flying vehicle he urgently needs. Open black lens bracket salvage harvest. Ancient Gauss explosive gun. 1, close black lens bracket. Note. Produced by the Necron. Please stay for the humans in front. You're quite destined to the Necron. Open black lens bracket salvage harvest. Gravity umbrella 1, close black lens bracket. Label. Produced by the Ercilia Airborne Force, our mission is to fall from the sky. Open black lens bracket salvage harvest. Kashezen Stormtrooper Carapace, set, close black lens bracket. Label. Produced by Cadian Fortress, soldier, it will accompany you as you sleep, until you die. Open black lens bracket salvage harvest. Dawn of War blinding bombs. 10 pieces, close black lens bracket. Label. Produced by the Blood Crow chapter. Who said blinding bombs can't kill people? Alexian, the legendary hero of the Blood Crow, raised his eyebrows. Rorschach stared at the Gauss blaster and Kashezen carapace on the page. His frown gradually relaxed a little. This salvage can be said to be worth every penny. Not only did he get a stormtrooper carapace, even the horrific weapons of the Necrons were salvaged. However, there is no shortage of offensive equipment for Rorschach right now. In fact, I'd prefer to obtain some powerful auxiliary equipment. For example, the Imperial Defense Force's snake oil flying vehicle, the Valkyrie transport aircraft. It seems like our luck has been overextended this time, and it's impossible to just rely on salvage. Rorschach blinked a few times and closed the simulator page. Then, he straightened his back, after your breathing gradually slows down and stabilizes. Rorschach opened the simulator page again. Routine prayers were also offered to the Emperor. He's off to his next simulation. Open black lens bracket simulation is starting, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket currently owned identities, Katachan Recruit, Krieg Grenadier, Sergeant Major Kashezin, Latalis Stormtrooper close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket, please choose your identity first close black lens bracket open black lens bracket if you refuse, it will come randomly. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket rejected to choose identity close black lens bracket open black lens bracket simulation is starting, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket you have arrived in the Warhammer universe close black lens bracket open black lens bracket time. Unknown close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket location. Milky Way, Extreme Star Region, Ultramar Sector close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket you have arrived on the surface of the planet, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket you find yourself lying on a stretcher. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket you are surrounded by disabled soldiers who are constantly moaning. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket at the same time, several figures wearing blue and white protective clothing shuttled back and forth among the wounded soldiers. The auspicious devices in their hands continued to shine on each patient, emitting bursts of green light. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket you want to get off the stretcher. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket a medical staff member who accidentally turned his head noticed your awakening. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Soldier, don't move without authorization to avoid aggravating the injury. He walked towards you, his dull voice reaching your ears through the fully enclosed mask. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket you were about to ask. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket the auspicious device held by the medical staff suddenly made a harsh buzzing sound. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. He's infected. The other party stared at you and yelled. His voice seemed to be full of urgency. Close black lens bracket. You don't have time to react. Open black lens bracket you are surrounded by several figures. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket another medical staff member's auspicious instrument and a laser pistol are pointed at your head at the same time. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket you remain calm and do not behave irrationally. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket you stare at the green light emitted by the auspicious instrument and hear the low hum of the instrument. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Damn it, he is fine and not infected. Charles, your auspicious instrument spirit is unhappy and needs to be appeased. The medical staff member took back the laser pistol and turned his head to complain. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket the medical staff member named Charles looked down at the instrument in his hand and then made a helpless gesture to you. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket you breathed a sigh of relief. Close black lens bracket open black lens bracket you don't want to experience the exciting death of a laser penetrating your brain. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Sorry, soldier, my question. Charles, who checked the instrument, apologized to you. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You accepted the other party's apology and carefully asked about the current situation. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The war is still going on. Charles, wearing a mask, sighed vaguely, and raised his hand to point at your clothes. Eucadians suffered even more casualties. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You look down. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You found yourself wearing the uniform of Akkadian blitzkrieg soldier. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You wanted to ask carefully, but found that the medical staff named Charles had left in a hurry. Open black lens bracket. You subconsciously looked at the place where the other party was running. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. A dozen scarred Valkyrie transport planes fell from the sky, bringing back more wounded. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In the first week, your injuries had already healed. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You obtained basic information through exchanges and communication with other soldiers. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You learned that a fierce battle for the planet Yax was underway. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The terrifying Plague Alliance attacked this garden planet through the gap in the subspace, determined to drag it completely into the territory of chaos. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You want to rejoin the battle. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Your unauthorized actions were stopped by medical staff. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Please take care of other people's feelings, okay? Do you think you are the only one willing to sacrifice your life for the Emperor? Can you change anything by going to the battlefield alone? Old acquaintance Charles criticized your reckless behavior. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. He advised you to go back and wait. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. It will take time for the wounded soldiers to restore their morale and for the troops to be reorganized. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You tried to persuade the other party to join the reorganized troops in advance. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You were forcibly injected with sedatives. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You fell into a coma. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You seem to have accidentally entered a hazy illusion. Close black lens bracket. You walk alone in the wilderness shrouded in thick fog. Open black lens bracket. You breathe the humid air and subconsciously tighten the laser gun in your hand. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You scan the unchanging desolate scenery in front of you. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Your soul step on the endless muddy road. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Your consciousness gradually falls into a special state of confusion. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At this moment, you seem to hear a strange, low, and disgusting ethereal singing in your ears. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Oh, Kugas, good. Kugas, wonderful. Kugas medicine spoon is really wonderful. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The ethereal singing coming from all directions seems to break through your eardrums and pierce deep into your brain. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You will never forget it. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At the same time, the heavy fog shrouding the wilderness of nothingness gradually thinned out. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You broke free from the special state of confusion. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You are completely awake. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You turn your eyes and look in the direction of the singing. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. A few kilometers away, in the ruins of a dilapidated hospital. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. A rotten body as fat and huge as a hill stood there. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. It was also wearing a humanoid protective suit that seemed to be made of countless human skins. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Its fat and terrifying body swayed slightly, and nurglings trying to climb up kept falling from its exposed greasy surface. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. And every time a companion fell, the nurglings would laugh. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The terrifying figure with horns on his head slowly hummed a nightmarish little song, and it kept taking the stinking poisons handed over by the nearby plague bearers and throwing them out casually. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. And right in front of it, an even more ancient huge crucible that seemed to contain the meaning of the decay of all things kept emitting waves of terrifying green poisonous mist. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The smelly pus that almost rippled out kept rolling and expanding, and the bubbles squeezed out burst one by one. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Occasionally, a drop of sticky pus splashed from the edge of the pot. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Will draw a charming green mark in the air and fall on the nearby wasteland. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. This also caused the plague zombies that kept pouring into the bottom of the huge crucible and willing to serve as firewood to burn themselves to let out painful howls deep into their bones. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Even if they were only slightly affected by the sticky pus, their rotten bodies were quickly dissipating, and they were completely destroyed. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You stared at those strange and inexplicable horror scenes, and it seemed that you even forgot how to breathe. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You fell into a state of unconsciousness. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At the same time, the laser charge tightly held in your hand seemed to emit an excited low hum. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You gradually came back to your senses. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You were slightly stunned. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The gun in your hand, which is made of metal, has completely come alive. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The warm touch, like that of flesh, makes you feel creepy for a moment. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You throw away the laser gun that has grown a mouth and nose and is breathing hard. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You want to turn around and escape from here. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. However, your clothes have grown colorful mushrooms and strange and gorgeous plants and flowers. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You seem to be in an uncontrollable state of panic. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Well, little brother, why are you afraid of Kugath? The nightmare-like singing has stopped humming at some point. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The fat figure in the distance, like a hill, looks at you with interest. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At the same time, the nurglings, who keep making laughter, rush to your position like a tide. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You don't have time to struggle at all, and you are completely wrapped up by the sticky nurglings. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Only your head is exposed outside. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Countless mixed rotten smells quickly filled your nasal cavity, stimulating your nerves, washing your soul. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Then, you seem to wear a set of fully automatic armor made of nurglings. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Accompanied by the laughter of the nurglings. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You staggered towards the terrifying fat figure not far away. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Although this is the first time we meet, I have also heard my father talking about you, my little brother. The terrifying figure with horns on his head subconsciously waved the medicine spoon stained with deadly pus, and countless plague zombies were annihilated. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. I, the father of plague, Kugath. Its voice suddenly became melancholy. Close black lens bracket. You suddenly opened your eyes. Google search reading close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You turned over and sat on the bed, gasping for breath. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You looked down. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But you didn't find any injuries on your body. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You tapped your forehead in confusion. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You stared at the other raised palm. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You vaguely sensed a familiar burning breath slowly fading from your body. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. It seemed to be the pain caused by the burning of the warp flames. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You lay back on the bed. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You closed your eyes again. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The effect of the sedative has not yet dissipated. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Your spirit is full of fatigue. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Your body seems to have just experienced a long marathon and is exhausted. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Emperor bless. You muttered to yourself. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You fell asleep again. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In the second week, the scattered troops in the medical city are gathering and reorganizing. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You are introduced by medical staff Charles. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Successfully joined the Cadian 4012th Armored Regiment. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You don't know how to drive a Lehman Russ tank. Close black lens bracket. But your honest answer won the praise of the commander of the Armored Regiment, Colonel Odremeyer. Open black lens bracket. Especially when he learned that your shooting skills were very accurate. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The colonel made an exception and made you a machine gunner of a Lehman Russ tank. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Your only task is to operate a twin fire felling gun. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Tear up any enemy that stands in front of the steel chariot. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In the third week, the short-handed armored regiment only gathered 15 Lehman Russ tanks. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Even the Lehman Russ tank you were in only had 3 people. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The commander who was responsible for driving the tank. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. And the gunner who operated the turret alone, and you who controlled the machine gun. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Even so, Colonel Odremeyer announced a message to all soldiers. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In a few days, you will join an expedition led by the war apostle Matthew. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You will go to the occupied area to fight against the Plague Alliance under the Emperor's watchful eyes. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You are not surprised by this, and have even been looking forward to it for a long time. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You try to fill the interior of the Lehman Russ tank with ammunition and supplies. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In the 4th week, a state church priest wearing a priest's robe and a servo skull floating on his head appeared in front of you. Close black lens bracket. Just behind him, there were several battle sisters wearing power armor and a large number of fanatical believers. Open black lens bracket. The colonel and the priest seemed to be old acquaintances. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You saw them talk briefly for a few words, and then announced to everyone that they would launch an expedition. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The engine of the Lehman Russ tank made a huge roar, and the vibration of the metal kept hitting your eardrums. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At the same time, a huge, even magnificent war train drove in front of the entire team. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. One by one, the fanatical believers, either driving civilian vehicles or following on foot, gradually merged into your expedition team. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The battle sisters' praise chants resounded all around, and the priest from the state religion stood on the top of the Lehman Russ tank and began a wonderful sermon. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You stared at the fanatical believers holding simple weapons. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You couldn't help but sigh. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In the 5th week, the huge expedition team gradually entered the deserted wilderness from the vibrant city streets. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Due to the invasion of the Plague Alliance. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The fertile land that was everywhere in the past has long been abandoned, with only clusters of lush weeds thriving. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Even the large number of trees between the mountains and hills were strangled and withered by the twisted and growing thick vines. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You learned from the gunner that this was not just the result of abandonment. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The terrible Plague Alliance brought far more impacts to this garden planet. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Soon after, the colonel ordered your Lehman Russ tank to be responsible for the outer perimeter alert of the entire expedition team. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You checked the machine soul of the twin-firing lumberjack again and reloaded the ammunition. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. As the entire expeditionary team went deeper. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. On the desolate horizon, slowly moving plague zombies gradually appeared. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. They were cannon fodder troops transformed from the Imperial people infected by the Plague Alliance. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. As the distance between the two sides continued to close. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You began to control the twin-firing lumberjack to emit a terrifying roar. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The shocking firepower of the lumberjack effortlessly destroyed a large number of plague zombies. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But these plague zombies are like breeding mosquitoes, and they will appear again no matter how they are eliminated. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Colonel Odremeyer noticed the intention of the Plague Alliance. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. He ordered each Lehman Russ tank to save ammunition as much as possible. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At the same time, use the weight and hard armor of the Lehman Russ tank to crush the enemy. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You grabbed the lumberjack fixed inside the tank. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The tank captain who was in charge of driving the tank made a cool tail swing and rushed into the waves of plague zombies. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. With the charge and crushing of more than a dozen Lehman Russ tanks, the seemingly endless plague zombies gradually became sparse. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. But at this moment, several huge and ugly Nurgle beasts rushed out from the hidden corners that you could not observe. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Their only target is the Lehman Russ tanks that have caused huge damage to the Plague Alliance. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At 3 o'clock, one shell. You, who temporarily acted as an observer, raised your voice and shouted to the gunner with a resolute expression. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The other party did not hesitate and skillfully turned the tank's turret. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The muzzle casually aimed at a Nurgle beast that was leaping wantonly, and the gunner pressed the ignition device. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Accompanied by the violent trembling of the Lehman Russ tank and the rumbling sound of the cannon that was far more terrifying than the roar of the engine. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The Nurgle beast within your field of vision was completely blown into pieces by the shells fired. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At the same time, the strong explosion caused by the shells landing also overturned all the plague zombies within a radius of dozens of meters, and actually blasted out a bloody open space in the tide of corpses. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Good job, boys. The loud praise from Colonel Odrameyer came from the communicator. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You turned your head and looked at the gunner, then burst into laughter. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Report to the tank commander. I request another lap. You shouted to the tank commander. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The silent tank commander did not answer, but raised a fist and gave a thumbs up. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Then, the Lehman Russ tank you were in made an even louder roar, and once again rushed into the tide of zombies composed of countless plague zombies and rammed them wantonly. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In the end, this fierce encounter ended temporarily with the victory of the Cadian 4012th Armored Regiment. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In the 6th week, your expedition team is about to arrive at the front line of the battlefield. Google search reading close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You accidentally noticed. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The environment around the expedition team has changed strangely. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Countless rotten and blackened trees have fallen to the ground, and slightly creeping green vines are clinging to them, swaying in the wind. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Not long ago, the rain that just fell gradually gathered into swamps that exuded a terrible stench. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The change in the road also made it difficult for the expedition team to move forward. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The Lehman Russ tanks you are driving can barely cope with the harsh environment around you. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. However, other believers in the expedition team gradually suffered more casualties. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. One by one, they were swallowed up instantly by the bottomless stinking swamp. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Or they accidentally touched the muddy water splashed on the ground, and their bodies were festering, and they were worse than death. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Faced with such a difficult situation. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Even the war apostle Matthew had to stand up. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. He stood on top of the war train for several days. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. He preached to the believers desperately. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. He seemed to want to use the power of faith to resist the invisible threat of the Plague Alliance and appease the souls of the believers. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Perhaps it was really the Emperor's mercy. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The expedition team, which suffered heavy losses, actually passed through the swamp. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In the 7th week, your expedition team entered a foggy wilderness. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You feel that the scene in front of you is very familiar. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Unfortunately, you don't have more time to think. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Just after the expedition team entered the wilderness. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Countless plague zombies and more powerful plague bearers surged in the thick fog from all directions. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Compared to the plague zombies that were transformed on the spot, the plague bearers are the backbone of the Plague Alliance. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At the same time, the laughing nurglings also jumped off the shoulders of the plague bearers. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. They were like walking time bombs, rushing towards the believers in the expedition team with great excitement. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. For a moment, the buzzing of a large number of laser guns and the fanatical shouts of the believers. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. And the sound of the bomb guns of the Battle Sisters resounded all around. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You pulled the trigger of the double-shot woodcutter with an expressionless face. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You shot back and forth at the plague bearers holding rotten weapons or human bones. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At the same time, the engine of the Lehman Russ tank continued to roar. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The hard and heavy metal tracks kept crushing any enemy who dared to stand in front of them. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. However, a terrifying figure as huge as a hill took heavy steps and appeared on the battlefield in an instant. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. With the Great Unclean One of the Plague Alliance, Kugath showed his trace. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The already scarce heavy tanks in the Cadian Armored Regiment suffered serious combat casualties. Open black lens bracket. More than one Lehman Russ tank that had no time to dodge was swallowed by Kugath's open belly. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Accompanied by the rotting intestines in the abdomen of the Great Unclean One. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The outer armor of the Lehman Russ tank gradually melted and deformed. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. A large amount of smelly green juice poured into the tank, and the mortal soldiers inside lost their lives in the blink of an eye. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Everyone listen to my orders. Prepare to concentrate fire. The order from Colonel Odrameyer reached your ears. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. In an instant, the tank commander drove the Lehman Russ tank to find a suitable angle. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The gunner who had just finished loading the shells turned the turret with full concentration. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Ignoring the hot body of the twin fire-felling gun, you continued to clear the plague bearers and plague zombies surrounding the tank. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. As time passed, on the battlefield, the armor of each Lehman Russ tank showed more damage. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The rotten weapons in the hands of the plague bearers are not completely useless. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At this moment, your hands are burned by the hot gun body, giving off the aroma of roasted meat. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You grit your teeth and hold on. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Just when the ammunition of the woodcutter's gun is about to run out. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The roar of artillery fire from the Lehman Russ tank finally resounded throughout the battlefield. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The huge body of the horned great unclean one suddenly shook a few times. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The horrible and hideous wounds suddenly appeared on the greasy and fat body. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. However, just when you thought you had accomplished your mission. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The horrible wounds on Kugath's body healed quickly. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You couldn't help but take a deep breath. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You used up the remaining ammunition in the woodcutter's gun. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You frowned and fell into deep thought. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You stared at Kugath, who was wreaking havoc on the battlefield again. And a crazy idea gradually came into your mind. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Report to the tank commander. Let's rush towards it. Launch a death charge towards that big guy. You shouted to the tank commander. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The silent tank commander did not hesitate at all. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. He suddenly controlled the steering gear, twisted the heavy body of the Lehman Russ tank, and stepped on the accelerator almost to the bottom. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Your tanks began to crush countless plague bearers and launched a crazy charge towards Kugax. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At the same time, the gunner seemed to understand your idea. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. He loaded another high explosive round and kept adjusting the turret of the tank. The slightly raised narrow barrel was like a sharp lance, facing the great unclean one on the charge path. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You stretched out your burned palm and took out a hot melt bomb from the empty ammunition box. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. That was a good thing you accidentally loaded when you replenished ammunition and supplies before. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You put the hot melt bomb in your arms expressionlessly. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At this moment, your crazy charging Lehman Russ tank seemed to have attracted the attention of Kugath. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. It casually dropped a half-melted tank wreckage, shook its fat head, and then moved its heavy body to run towards you. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. It's you. I smell the stench on you. It's also you, the salty puppet, who destroyed my god's plague. Give me back the god's plague. Kugath let out a roar that resounded throughout the battlefield. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You took a deep breath. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Your eyes showed some doubts, and then you suddenly understood. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Ah, so that's it. You murmured with a smile. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You seemed to understand something. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At this moment, the roaring Kugas attacked the Lehman Russ tank furiously. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Just when its open belly was about to swallow the whole tank. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The gunner seized the opportunity and pressed the ignition device. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. At the same time, the silent commander also stepped on the accelerator to the extreme. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket accompanied by the roar of high explosive shells and the scream of the Lehman Russ tank engine. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Most of the tank and the narrow gun barrel were actually inserted into the rotten and smelly huge body of Kugas. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Then, you felt dizzy due to the violent impact. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You quickly opened the closed hatch on the top of the tank. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You stick your head out, stare at Kugas's bloody mouth and a pair of small eyes flashing with infinite hatred, and can't help but smile. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. The Emperor greets you, disgusting fat boy. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You jump up from the inside of the tank, and your burned palm has already taken out the hot melt bomb. Close black lens bracket.